Hello everyone, my name is Jitendra Bapna. In today's video, we are going to talk about how we can integrate a Valkey with a MuleSoft. So Valkey is an open source in-memory database. It is a like super fast notebook kept in your computer RAM instead of the hard disk. Because the RAM is much faster, Valkey can read and write the data in microseconds. It is widely used to make application faster. So there are certain use cases where we can use the Valkey. One of the most common use case is caching. You can store a frequently accessed data in memory, like in the Valkey basically. So you can access those data faster. Then also you can store your watermarks basically. Like current we use the object store like for storing the watermarks, but we can also use the Valkey for storing the watermarks basically, right? So then also it can be used to store the rate limiting data. It can be also used to store the session data, user logging data, user session data. It can be also used to store the real-time counters, right? So these are the few use cases where we can use the Valkey. So Valkey is using the RESP protocol. So RESP protocol is the same protocol used by the Redis cache also, right? So RESP stand for Redis Serialization Protocol is the protocol that client used to communicate with the Valkey or the Redis, right? So think like that. Valkey, the server that store the data. Your application is nothing, it's a client. And RESP, the language they use to talk with each other. So RESP is designed to be simple to parse, fast, human readable, and efficient for the network communication. So RESP protocol initially developed by Redis, right? So mostly to communicate between the client and server basically, right? So RESP, as I mentioned, its full form is Redis Serialization Protocol. Okay, so let's get started. Like how we can start integrating a Valkey with a MuleSoft. Even like if you want, you can also use Valkey instead of object store also. Like in case if you want to store any data or any watermarks or anything like any key value pairs, right? So you can make use of the Valkey. So Valkey is like similar to Redis case, but Valkey is the open source and it used the same protocol as the Redis. So that is RESP, that is Redis Serialization Protocol. It support RESP2 and RESP3 both. Okay. So I already have a Docker instance basically like for my Valkey. So this is my already setup which is running on port 6379. Then I have a Redis inside. So this is nothing. This is a client or it's a graphical user interface to see all your keys and everything. So let me open that. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So you have so this is the Redis insights. So once you started creating keys, right, started creating key value pairs, you will going to see all everything here. So right now we don't have anything here, everything is empty. So what I will do, I will open Anypoint Studio. I have created a simple application called Valkey app, right? So now we don't have a direct connector for the Valkey. So we can make use of the Redis connector, which is already available in the MuleSoft, because as I mentioned, Redis and Valkey are using the same protocol, that is RESP, right? So we can definitely use the Redis connector. So we're going to see like how we can create a keys in the Valkey, how we can retrieve the keys from the Valkey. Okay, so let's get started. So I will simply start with HTTP listener. Okay, so this is my HTTP listener. Here I will just say slash Valkey. Okay, so that is a simple configuration, and this is my HTTP listener config, which is like default config. I will simply say OK. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me delete this. Okay. Okay, I just keep the HTTP connector. So now whenever I want to what I want to do, I want to whenever I hit this HTTP listener, I want to save the date into the Valkey basically, right? So that is kind of watermark basically. So I will just there are, if you see Redis, right? So there are many methods basically here. So you have something called add to set, sorted set, like everything is there. We will going to use the set basically, right? So or even if you go there, if you want to add any keys, right, you can add it from here also, add key, and you have many types of keys, hash, list, set, sorted set, string, even it can string, even you can just store the JSON format also, and even stream basically, right? So we're not going to create anything from here right now, so we will simply create from Anypoint Studio. So for that I will just set key, I will just say set I'll use the set operation. Okay, so it will going to create a string. Okay, and then I'll do the connector configuration. I'll click on this plus sign, and you have a multiple things like connection option, cluster, non-cluster, or sentinel basically. So in my case, I will go with non-cluster, right? And my port number is 6379 and it's on localhost. If you see, my Valkey is running on 6379 and it's a localhost. I will simply test the connection to make sure everything is running. The connection is successful. I will simply say OK. I will say OK. Okay, here I have to provide the key, right? So what key is, like, I will simply say date watermark, and here I'll store just date. Now I will simply say as string, and I want some format. I can just say YYY/mm/db r minute second. That's it. So I will just go with that. So I will simply say Control S, and I will simply right click. I will just run this application again. Okay, so let's wait. I will run it. So here I am just setting a date watermark into the Valkey. So in future, if I want to access it, I can use the get method to access that Valkeys basically. Okay. So let's wait. So my application is starting. Okay, it got started. And let me post something on this. So I have something called, I think this is http localhost 8081/Valkey. This is the URL. I got the OK response. Let me see if anything is there. So it created date watermark. So that is nothing string, type string. And I click on this. It stored this date 1955, like 55, something like that. So what I will do, I will create another method to get this keys basically, right? Get, I will just drag and drop here. Okay, I'll put one more HTTP listener. Okay, in this HTTP listener, I will change the path bit. I will simply say /get/ just forget about resource path. This is just for testing purpose. And I will go to get, I will configure it. I will simply say get Redis cache, and here I just have to give a key name. So my key name is date watermark, right? So this is the key I've stored in the Valkey, date watermark. Even you can set up the TTL also. I will going to show this later. So I just stored that, right? And let me save it. Okay, and let me just stop and start. Okay, so I will simply right click it. Okay, so let's wait. My application is getting started. Till that, I can do one thing. I can copy this. Okay, I can go to another browser tab, and instead of Valkey, I can simply say get/Valkey. So I got that particular date. Now let me change the date. Now if I hit this request, this will change the time into the Valkey, right? So now, right now, the time which we have seen 21:55, it should change now. It's 21:57. If you go in the Valkey and just check it, just refresh this basically. Just say refresh. So here you can change, like you need to refresh it here. You can see the date has been, time has been changed, right? So like as I mentioned, like we MuleSoft already provide the option object store where you can store like any kind of cache data, like you can store the watermark using object store basically. But even if you want, like if you have Valkey or Redis cache, you can make use of those basically also. Okay, so let me do one more thing. Let me do one scheduler based demo. So I will just remove these flows. Okay, and I will just pull scheduler. So here I will just keep this as a something called 20 seconds, 20,000 milliseconds. First I want to retrieve Valkey basically, right? So I will just say get. Okay, instead of that, before that I will just say set variable. Okay, and I will just say set variable end date. So what is your end date? I will call this as a, okay, now, okay, as string. Then I can just say format yy slash slash dd. Okay, then I can just say r minute second. Okay, so this is, I have just set up my end date, and now I want to get a start date, right? So here I can go to the advanced and I can set I can just save my start date into this particular target variable generally, and I will just select the connector configuration, and I can simply say what is the watermark. It's a date watermark, right? I already have it here. Okay, I can make use of that. I can simply say date watermark. Okay, now here I will do some kind of logging, some kind of task here. Okay, so here simply I will put some kind of task like I will just say task 1, put some more logging, then just say task 2. Okay, then once it done, I will just set the start date into the watermark, because at this end date as a watermark basically, right? So because we get this start date, this nothing like date watermark will be the start date and this will be the end date, right? So now I want to, like, once I complete my task, I want to store this end date into watermark. So next time when I pick any record, that end date will become the start date, right? So let me do set. Okay, I will use the same connector configuration. I will use the same watermark, date watermark, and here I can simply say vars dot end date. Okay, simple. Just save it. Okay, then at the end, once everything is completed, I can log start date and the end date. So vars dot start date and vars dot end date. Okay, so this is kind of watermark concept I'm explaining you. Just stop it and run the project. So my start date should be now. It should be let's see, what is that? It should be 9:57, and like end date will be the current date, like when the job will run. That will be the end date. I'm just clearing the console. Okay, so let's see what it has been logged. So task 1, task 2. So as I mentioned, 1957 is my start date and current date is 10/01/57. Let's see what is the date there. It should have changed now. So it become 10/01. So that is how you can update your watermark, and you can store the watermark into the Valkeys basically, right? So let's wait, like after 20 seconds the job will run again. Now see it become 10/2/17. Let's see, it has been refreshed there, right? So you can see it has been refreshed there, right? So that is how, like, you can store your watermarks basically into the Valkeys basically, right? So you can see, like, it keep on running, it perform the task, it update the Valkey with the latest end date, right? So next time when you pick the delta record, you can pick from that particular date, right? So we're going to talk about, like, in next upcoming videos we will going to talk more about, like, different methods provided by the Valkeys, right? So right now, if you see, there are many other options, right? Hash and list and sets and everything is there. We just talk about this a small use case where we can make use of the Valkey. Okay, So this is how you can easily integrate your Valkey with the MuleSoft. Right now, I just set up the Valkey on my Docker instance basically, and even the Red Insight. Redis Insight is nothing; it's a client to access your Valkey basically. It's a client for creating the Valkeys. So actually, Valkey is like whatever Valkey is you are seeing here, right? Which is your actually store, right? Which is your Valkey server basically. And Redis Insight is nothing like it's kind of client which can access the data from the Valkey, which can allow to create the data into the Valkeys basically. Like, this is my which is running on 5540. This is my Valkey client basically. So basically, like, what you have to do, like, you have to connect to the existing application and just say connection setting, and you need to provide your Valkey connections basically. So for that, I already create this. If you edit this basically, right, you can see it here. So I just provided database ls Valkey, host is Valkey, and port number is 6379. You can easily connect that basically, right? So once you connect it, if you click it here, you can access whatever keys and whatever key values pair into your Valkey basically, right? And even you can create things from here also. Okay. So this is how you can integrate Valkey with the MuleSoft. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please click on like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.